this week, got lots to do. We got tailgate that needs a clear coat. And then I'm doing chassis reinforcement on the MG, which I'm excited for. That's mostly what I'm working on today. And the rest of the day will be spent trying to get the shop up to temperature so that when I spray the clear coat on that tailgate, it actually cures. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to get started on the MG here, and I'll take you along for the ride, as always. Alright guys, so the plan here is I want to add a extension basically of this frame rail. It basically goes from this tie-in point at the cross member, comes straight back to the spring perch, which is right underneath this heel board here. That'll tie this in quite nicely to the frame rail and give me a nice piece of strength there. This is not actually all that uncommon of a thing to do. It does require some measuring and, you know, the usual stuff, but it's not unexplored territory. Guys have done this and actually gotten decent results from it. So that's the basic plan. Okay, so this is what I arrived at for the chassis brace. It's just a simple section. And then, so all the measurements here are right here. Whoopsies. So all the flanges are 5/8 of an inch. The program shows everything in decimal form, but that's what they are, is 5/8 of an inch. And these angles, the whole piece is bent over at 70 degrees on the inside angle, which is 110 on the outside. Basically, it's this line is 20 degrees off of square. It's not absolutely bang on perfect, but it's close enough that you can make it this way, and it'll, once you put it in place, it's just a tiny little bit of tweaking to get it to fit. Overall, it's 20 inches along here, 20 inches along there, and then this center section is 2 3/8 inches, and the two verticals are 2 1/16. And then, yeah, like I said, 5/8 flanges on everything. Alright guys, so this is what it's going to look like. Well, not quite like this. Everything will be nice and straight. This is the basic idea though. The pieces are long enough, and then back here it tapers up at a little over 45 degrees to tie into the front of the spring perch. And I've brought that back as far as I can before it'll interfere with the leaf spring. Eventually I will put coilovers in this, and with any luck, eventually you'll get independent rear suspension. But until that happens, I have to make sure I can clear the leaf space. Beyond that, I'll also need to make sure this cross member's up in there properly, but the way I've made this is that there's just enough play in there that everything should work out. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. There's one item I've been meaning to do on the MG here, and it's adjusting the alternator to clear the steering column.
2 hours later.
Alright, so we've got our clearance for our steering rack. It's bolted down here and pinned over there just so everything's located properly. And we've got play there, it's not hitting. And the nice thing here is that I don't currently have the bushings in here, so actually when this finally goes together, that whole cradle will move down some and I'll gain clearance up here. So the fact that it's not touching right now, even if it doesn't have a lot of clearance, it just has to not touch because it'll get more when I put the bushings in. Because there's a flat bushing that goes between the frame and the front cross member. Alright guys, so we've got our clearing here. It's a PPG shop line, mixed 4-to-1 with the slow, low temperature hardener. I'm going to try running my gun here at a lower pressure than I'm used to, but I'm going to go try it on the plywood first.